everyone, and welcome back to Citywide Bytes. I'm your host, Max Bowen, and for this episode, this is a really cool check-in episode because my next guest was last on the show in August of 23 when she was really just starting out in music, and she's back now. So much has happened. We're going to cover all of it. Lorenza Wildcard is on the line. Lorenza, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me back. Thank you very, very much.
All right. So let us dive into just the last 2 years now. When we last had you on the show, you had just released your new singles, "You and I" and "My Army."
Yeah.
Since then, you have been featured on a ton of shows. You've charted like crazy. You've won lots of awards. So the question to open with is, what's kind of kept you going and just kept you doing all this stuff?
Well, why not?
Great answer. I like that.
I often think, what do I do? Do I stop now? I mean, like, how good is it gonna get? But the thing is, I keep having fun. I keep enjoying it. And I always say the day that I feel that I'm not enjoying this anymore, I will stop. But at the moment, I'm having so much fun, and I can see that more exciting things are at the horizon. And I'm like, I'm so excited, and more doors are opening up, and it's just really, really an exciting time. And I don't know, why do I keep going? Because it's exciting, it's fun, and I really love what I do. And I found, because as you know, it's not like I have been doing music all my life. It just happened overnight. I got discovered, and now this is what I do. And I really love it. And I found that for me, writing music and composing music is just something that I really enjoy. And I can't imagine now not doing it. So yeah.
I like that. I really I like that mentality. Like you'll stop when it just stops being fun for you when it comes just like a
Yeah.
job, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Or if it becomes like uh, I don't know, like I worked in the media industry before. I used to work for MTV, and I have seen what this can do to you. And for me, I've always been aware of the fact that there is a lot of glossiness, but the behind the scenes is very different. So when I decided that I was gonna do music, all of my friends who worked in the media industry were like, "You sure?" I mean, I've got everything that you know. Are you sure?
Right.
And and I thought, well, because I know what it can be like, I can also adjust it, and I can do it in a different way for myself, like so in a way that works for me. And so far I have been able to do it. But I keep an eye on it, and I do tend to ask myself, okay, so are you still enjoying yourself? Are you still happy where you are? Is this what you want to do? And so far the answer has always been yes. So I keep on going.
There we go. There we go. All right. So now, back in January, you released the new single "My Worth." I love this song, but please tell us what is kind of the story behind this one.
I love this song because it's so unapologetic. It's just so like it's a punk rock anthem, and it's just aggressive, it's confident, it's anti-patriarchal, and it's just like there's an attitude in there which I really love. It's like um almost like confrontational but on purpose, and I absolutely love it. I love the structure as well. I love the fact that it's a fast tempo. It's it's really like it's in your face. It's got a lot of energy. And I also like the technique that I use to sing this track because it's slightly different from everything I've done before. It's kind of a staccato way of singing it, and it's really punchy. I love it. It's just so energetic. It's contagious. And one of the things that happened when we were working on this song in the chorus, rather than going faster, because it's really kind of an upbeat song, but rather than going faster in the chorus, we went to halftime. But strangely, it makes it seem like it's going faster, and it has a really nice effect. So it's just it's a great song to play. It's a great song um to do live and to listen to. I really, really enjoy it. It's a brilliant song.
It really is.
Do you love it?
Oh, definitely. Of course. Yeah. And it sounds like you've had the chance to really learn a lot too. Whether it's in studio, on stage. What would you say have been some of the bigger lessons you've kind of come across doing your music?
What do you mean by that?
In terms of just like what you've learned, whether it's like the song structures or performing live, what have been some of like the biggest like takeaways for you?
Oh, everyday school day.
Yeah, right.
Everyday school day. I've learned a lot of things because I don't come from a musical background. So for me, it's always learning. One of the things I had to learn was I work with musicians, so I can't play all the instruments, and so I have musicians that I work with, and I'm really lucky because I found some that are really, really talented. We have a lot of fun together, and they generally always work with me. But I had to find a way of communicating what I mean, because obviously I write the lyrics, I write the melodies, but in terms of communicating to them, I can't use terminologies that are strictly musical. So I have had to learn how to explain what I mean to them, and then they had to learn how to understand me. So that's been fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And also like in other like doing lives as well, I've had to learn how to unleash, which hasn't been too difficult. But for me, I've never been on stage before. I was never the person like I would have never gone up on a stage to do a karaoke. Never. I would have not done like a presentation. I would have rather broken my leg rather than to do a presentation. Seriously. So for me, suddenly to say, oh, I've got a song. If I want to do this, I'm gonna have to be on stage. How do I feel about it? I really didn't know if I was gonna enjoy it or not. And when I did the first performance and it was on an open mic, I realized that I really enjoyed it. And then doing more and more, I'm now getting to the point where I get nervous, but it's a different kind of nervous. I'm actually looking forward to going on stage and learning how to do like, yeah, how to be on stage, even though I enjoy very much, even though the moment I put a foot on a stage, it's like something unleashes. It's like the beast comes out, and then it's no longer Lorenza, it's the wild card. But it's little things like the technicalities, like you know, learning about the technicalities of the sound, learning about yeah, the things that I've never had to deal with before in my life, and that has been yeah, it's been interesting to learn it all.
This surprised me because I've never seen you as the kind of person who might be a little like shy or nervous about going on stage. Like you always seem like this very like outgoing powerhouse.
No, in fact, all of my friends, they're like, what? What do you do now? It's just like they can't imagine it because they know me from before and they know that that is not the person I would have, I would have never stepped on a stage. Never. In fact, I don't think anyone has ever heard me sing before I started singing. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I have never sung to anyone. I mean, in the shower, oh yeah, in my house,
Yeah.
all the time, yeah. But in front of people, I've never really done it until I decided that I wanted to be a singer-songwriter, and therefore I wanted to be performing as well.
All right.
So it's all very neat.
Let us talk about your shows then, because you have been doing tons of shows over the past couple of years. Have you had the chance to check off any like major like show milestones, whether it's like a place you always wanted to play at, or this or get the chance to perform before a massive crowd?
To me, it's like I'm surprised every time that I get called by any of these venues because to me, I think it's just me. And I don't know. I just started, so it seems strange, but um sometimes I just there and I go like, all right. Like when I contacted the Dublin Castle, which is a really famous venue, and I contacted them and I was like, ah, so this is who I am, this is what I do. And they were really excited. They had me and I was headlining and then they called me back and they were like, could you come back? So I'm going back there again this year. And I think about it, even when me and the guys were at the Dublin Castle and we just walked through it, like through the venue, and we were thinking, is this really happening? Like, I don't know, it seems really strange because I've never done this before. I know I keep saying it, but to me it's not a surprise. So the Dublin Castle is definitely one of the venues that I really wanted to play at. I never really thought I was going to. But other venues like the Fiddler's Elbow, the Half Moon, they're all really famous, and it's just amazing to play in venues like that because you can feel the history, especially the Dublin Castle. When you go in, you really feel you feel it in the air. It's amazing. And then you go on stage, and just before you go on stage, you're like, again, you have all these voices in the background in your head going like, really? Are you gonna be that good? I mean, what are you doing here? But then it's a matter of putting those voices, quietening them down and just unleashing yourself, going up on stage and just being yourself and having fun. And so far, it's always been an amazing show. We've always enjoyed it. And it's not really nice when you get people who are coming to see the show because they've heard about you, and you see them singing back as well, which is amazing. It's great. It's fantastic.
It's always great to have those fans that can like sing along like with your songs, because I think that's how you know you actually made it. That they know the songs right there.
Yeah, yeah. And then it's also really nice when they go like this, which is like,
Oh
oh,
my God, you get your own like
it's like, yeah, these are my fans. These are my
oh
mom.
my God, it's so cool that like you have your own like a signature gesture. That's so awesome.
When we were at Dublin Castle, actually, we were talking about it afterwards because after the show, we all commented on the fact that there was this one guy. We never met him. We don't know him, but there was this one guy kind of at the end of the venue, but he was standing up on something and he was singing on top of his voice. And it was like he knew all the songs, and we were like, who is this guy? We want to meet him. Well, we didn't get a chance. There's a lot of people, but it was great, especially when you're on stage and you see people enjoying what you do. It really gives you a buzz.
I'll bet. I'll
Yeah.
bet. And this like Dublin Castle, is it an actual castle you're playing in?
No, no, no. It's in Camden.
Oh,
Is it? No, no. It's in Camden Town, which is
cool.
a really cool place. It's one of the most iconic areas in London, and yeah, it's a fantastic area. It's full of history. So the Dublin Castle, you've had like Amy Winehouse was a regular there, and then like Blur and a ton of famous artists. So like I think the Half Moon, which is in the south area of London. I think U2 had their first famous gig there.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So it's all like historical places, and it's fantastic. It really is.
And is this where you do like most of your shows in like the London area?
So I've been doing a lot of shows in London, yes.
Nice.
And I have been, and also in Cambridge and some of the surrounding areas. I'm kind of trying to do a bit of like expanding. So this year we got a tour going on. I can't really say too much, but this morning I had some good news. So hopefully, fingers crossed, because it's one of the things whereby, in Italian they say, don't claim that you got the cat until you got the cat in the bag. So I feel like there's a lot that I would love to say and share, but I feel at the same time that it's a bit too early. But I recently started. Mostly I've been gigging in London, Cambridge area, and the surrounding areas, but we we are now looking at expanding, and hopefully this will come to fruition. We'll see.
Oh, that is so very cool and very smart too to not give away until you actually know what's happening. I've had so many people who say, "Oh yeah, we're doing this show in this
But
place,"
it
and then it
doesn't
doesn't
happen.
happen, and the guy's like, "Well, I guess we'll try again later on." So
And then you
very
hope
good.
people will remember, and you're like, yeah, no, no.
Oh man, and I also really want to go to London because I've heard so much about just everything about it, but especially like the art scene there with the music. Oh, on my list.
It really is phenomenal. It's really competitive, I have to say,
Sure.
but at
Yeah.
the same time, I really love it. And every time that I played in any of these venues, and I met the other bands that played that were supporting us, or the bands that we were supporting, and they've all been fantastic. And I have kept in touch with so many of them. Just the other day, it was a Friday night. Friday night, I got a message from um, Molly Duval. They are a band from Vienna, and we played with them at the Dublin Castle actually. And they came back in town, and they were like, "Yo, where are you? Just come down for a drink." And I was like, "It's just really, really nice. It's lovely." And I kept in touch with a lot of these bands, especially because it's just really nice. It becomes like it becomes like a family in a way that you meet
Exactly.
all these artists. I was at the Wigwam Radio Awards this year in January. And it was fantastic because like I went there and there were so many bands that I knew, and catching up with all these people that you've been talking to, or chatting just via, social media. There was one of the bands, Sonic Whip, and they are from the Netherlands. And they came down from the Netherlands, and they ended up, I can't remember, I think it was Fiddler's Elbow, but I'm not entirely sure. And they went there to gig, and they saw one of my flyers up on the wall from when we performed there. And they sent me a message like, "Oh my God, look at that, that's you." And then we met at the awards. So again, it's just really, really nice. It's a great environment.
Oh, definitely. And let's talk awards, because you have won a ton of awards over the past couple of years, including
Yeah,
5 from
yeah,
the International Singer and Songwriter Association.
yeah.
As an artist, does that kind of really put a lot of emphasis on like your career? Like, hey, I'm like this multi-award winning musician now.
Um, I mean, it's great. It's absolutely
Right.
great. Um, and it's what I really love about these awards is the recognition, because sometimes you put so much work, and I always say, sometimes I make it look really easy, but there is an enormous amount of work that I put behind the scenes. Like, you know, sometimes when people go out and they have a great time and they enjoy their evening on a Saturday night, I may be behind the scenes working, actually connecting, marketing, branding, writing songs. So I do put a lot of work. Um, so when you win an award, it's like, okay, thank you, and you really feel like it's a recognition. I think it means a lot to me. What it means out there, I don't really know, in the sense that it's more like it's a prize that is more valuable to me, I think, than oh, look at me, I won these awards. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to your talent. And what musicians do, it's create art. And again, art is, you can like it, you may not like it, and whether you have an award or not, it doesn't mean that you're going to like the artist effectively. So the award in itself, it has an enormous amount of value to me. What it means out there to the public, then it comes down to whether you like what I do or not.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, Lorenza, to wrap this up, of course, the big question: what is next for you?
It seems so soon.
I know, right? I know. It just flies right by.
Yeah, it's because it's always so pleasurable too. It's also such a nice interview, and it's lovely to be here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But what is next? What do we have to look forward to in the future?
A lot of exciting things. So this year, there's a new single coming out. I think it's going to be, originally I was planning it for April, but uh, a lot of things happen, including I broke my ankle. So yeah. So yeah, I did. I even did 2 shows with my broken ankle, and still people didn't notice it, and they thought my cast was a station, like a fashion statement.
Well, there we go.
You guys. And they were like, "You were so energetic." I'm like, "Yeah, with a cast."
Yeah.
I know. And I was doing a radio interview after one of these gigs, and they were like, "You were so energetic on stage. My goodness, so much energy." I was like, "Yeah, I had to be kind of calm down a bit because I got a cast on my right foot." And they were like, "What do you mean? You mean like you mean
What do you?
this big thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, we thought that was a fashion statement." I'm like, "What kind of fashion
It's
statement?"
a heck of a fashion statement, but
I know. So I got a single coming out in, I think it's gonna be June. I don't know, but kind of around that time. I'm also doing a lot of gigging. I'm going back into the studio before the end of the year, so there's more coming out. And I got merch coming out, and something really exciting, which is a sunglasses collection. So I've signed an agreement with K&M Bespoke Eyewear, and we're doing a sunglasses collection together, and hopefully it's going to come out soon, and it's really exciting. I've seen some of the prototypes. They're all handmade, so it takes time, but I'm super excited. So there's a lot of things coming out.
that is amazing. That is
Thank
so
you.
very cool. So, like, especially the deal for the sunglasses.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's really, really exciting, and it's a brand that I really love. It's fantastic. So if you are curious, if you're listening to this radio interview and you think, oh, I'd like to check her out. So the name is Lorenza Wildcard. And I have a website that has all the information. And it's www.lorenzawildcard.com. And yeah, if you've liked this interview, please tell all of your friends about me, spread the word, and make my name become a household name.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll make this happen. We'll make this
Fabulous.
happen.
Thank you
Lorenza,
so much
it
for
has been
having
absolutely awesome having you back on the show. Thank you once again. And for the folks at home, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking the show out, and we will see you all next time.
me. Till next time.